Here with Aiden Kitchings, Missouri commit, 2025 righty out of Rabun Gap here in Georgia. Aiden, man, I appreciate you doing this.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. 6'5", 230.
Yes, sir.
The scouting report on you, the prep baseball guys just talk about physical specimen. Tell me what it means to you to be physical on the mound.
I would say it's a big part of how I pitch. You know, guys like Paul Skeens, their size, it really brings a dominating factor to the mound and putting like fear in the hitters, I would say.
Yeah, and I'm sure for the batter with that stride, it's got to feel like the ball's right on top of him.
Yes,
How
sir.
much are you cognizant of that release point and really just getting that extension?
I don't really worry about it too much. You know, I think my size takes over that for me. I really just throw it. That's what I focus on.
If it looks like a football frame, your dad, Desmond, is the OC at Virginia.
Yes, sir.
Being a coach's son, I know that there's expectations in how you present yourself, how coachable you are. What lessons did you pick up from your dad on being coachable?
For me, I would say just listen to what your coaches have to say and I guess just try. I mean, that's the biggest thing he would always teach me. Just give it all, your all no matter what's going on, bad or good. So that's what I would say.
The fastball velocity right now in the mid-90s, do you have a number in mind? You got another year still on the high school career. Do you have a number in mind before this thing's up?
Hopefully 96, 97 is the goal. Yes, sir.
What's the goal to make the process then to make that happen? Because at your size, there's only so much weight that you can put on. I know you do a lot of powerlifting. I saw the 315 lunges there with the barbell. What's the game plan to make it happen?
I say for me, mobility and speed work is key for me. You know, I'm not as flexible as most guys, so that's what I'm trying to work on right now. Guys like Yamamoto, he's big on flexibility, so that's what I'm trying to focus on right now.
How much are you focused in on the stuff in the weight room? How much more do you feel like you can add to the frame?
For me,
without taking away from what you can do with the pitcher.
I think, again, like flexibility is what I focus on right now. I do lifts, but still just flexibility, mobility is my key focus.
The commitment is Missouri.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about the decision. When you were going through the process, I'm sure you had some boxes that needed to be checked by the program. What did Missouri do to check those?
First of all, they gave me a full ride, which is really rare in baseball. Took a visit over there mid-September. Loved the coaches, loved the school. Just felt like home for me.
That coming on the heels of the future games. Tell me about that opportunity and how you one approach the future games, and then kind of how that changed things from a recruiting standpoint.
So for me, the future games was huge. There was so many schools here. I was honestly really nervous to play in that, but I guess you could say just if you prepare, you're going to be fine. You know, don't look at it as like there's a bunch of schools here. Just do what you do, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I can be a little unnerving for a pitcher because you only have so many opportunities in that environment to go out. And everyone who hasn't been here, I mean, there are just coaches everywhere, hundreds of coaches.
Yes, sir.
How did you mentally go into it?
I just did some breath work before, just relaxed and did what I know I can do. So.
Tell me about the secondary stuff right now. What do you feel like is the best pitch? Do you have a favorite out pitch? Take me through them.
I would say my slider is my best out pitch. You know, I like to attack fastball and then 0-2, 1-2. Sometimes 2-2, I'll go slider, and then changeup is my top three.
Being a bigger guy, you talk about Paul Skeens. Are there other pitchers that you kind of look to as a bigger frame pitcher and how they conduct themselves?
I know Kenley Jansen, the closer. He's pretty big too. I used to watch him a lot. I kind of take my pitch style off of him a little bit, you know, just as the way he walks around, how he struts is something I like to do.
All right, you talked a little bit about it, but I always like to see it in motion. I want to get that ball in your hands and have you take us through your grips.
Yes, sir. So for me, my main pitch is my fastball. I like to grip it like this, my two fingers closer together for more life and tail on my pitch. I'm more of a 3/4 arm slot, so that gives it a nice two-seam action just from the four-seam. And then my second out pitch is my slider. I actually learned this on TikTok a while ago. I started throwing it with my catcher, Jeff Diaz, in practice, and I just saw a lot of movement, so I decided to throw in game. Really, really good. And then my third pitch I like to throw is my changeup. Like this, I like to have my middle finger on this seam right here, so when I pronate, just extra movement on that pitch. And then my last one I like to throw is my curveball. I don't throw it too much, just like that, over the top. It's usually 0-2, very rarely throw it, but just for another fourth pitch I can get guys out on.
Aiden, man, thank you so much for doing that.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. If you're not already, make sure you follow LakePoint Sports on all our social media channels. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. You'll get so much more happening here on campus.